Hello, in this lesson, we're going to be multiplying polynomials. Some vocabulary you're going to come across is the FOIL method and quadratic expression. When we multiply polynomials, we just distribute. We've done this before. The only difference is now we're going to distribute twice, because notice there's two terms in our first parenthesis. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3, and we are going to distribute that to each term in the second parentheses. So we're going to say 3x plus 3 times 5 is 15. Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do the same thing for the 2x. I'm going to take 2x times x and 2x times 5. Well, 2x times x, well, that's 2x squared. 2x times 5, well, that's 10x. Rewrite that 10. That looks not very good. Now, that's multiplying. Now that we're done multiplying, look for, are there any like terms? There are like terms because notice 3x and 10x, that's 13x. So you could write that as 13x plus 15 plus 2x squared. And then I like to write them in standard form. So we're going to say 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. And that's multiplying. On example 2, let's see if you can do this one yourself. Pause the video, do the problem, and then come back. So I'm going to take x and I'm going to distribute that to the second parenthesis, because the order you distribute doesn't matter. So x times 3x, well, that's 3x squared. X times 4, well, that's positive 4x. Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do the same thing with the negative 2. Notice there's a negative sign. So we're going to switch the sign. So I think of it, when it says minus 2, I think of it as a negative 2. So negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. So when we write this, 3x squared, notice once again, 4x minus 6x, they are like terms. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2, so we're going to say minus 2x, and I'll say minus 8. And there's your answer. Now you heard me refer to it, and one of the vocabulary words is the FOIL method. FOIL is just a way to remember to double distribute. We did it when we did example 2. We multiplied the first terms. We multiplied the outside terms. We multiplied the inside terms. We multiplied the last terms. That's FOIL. It's just a way to remember double distribute. It's kind of like a magic trick almost, which I really don't like, but we'll use it for this. So let's apply that. So I'm going to multiply my first terms. So I'm going to say 2y times 7y. So 2y times 3y, sorry, I said 7. 2y times 3y is 6y squared. Now I'll multiply my outside terms. So I'm going to take 2y times 5. Well, 2y times 5 is 10y. Now I'll do my inside terms, which is just a way to remember we're just double distributing here. So we're going to say negative 7 times 3y. Well, that is negative 21y. Finally, we'll do our last terms, which is negative 7 times 5. So I get negative 35. And if you notice, when I FOIL, it makes me happy. Ha ha ha. Now combine our like terms. We're going to get 6y squared. 10 minus 21 is negative 11y minus 35. And there's your answer. Now there are other ways you can multiply besides FOIL, besides distributing like we did. Distributing, I think, is the easiest. We can think of this just like we're multiplying two-digit numbers. If I take 4a minus 5 and I multiply that by 2a minus 9, well, I look at negative 9 times negative 5. Well, that's positive 45. Negative 9 times 4a. Well, that's negative 36a. Put a plus in front of my 45 because it's positive. Then I'll take 2 times negative 5. Well, that's negative 10a. I'll write that below my a because they're like terms, kind of like when you're doing your two-digit multiplication. And then finally, if we take 2a times 4a, we get positive 8a squared. I'll put that out front. Now I'll add vertically for my like term, so I'll get 8a squared minus 46a plus 45. So now you can see I've shown you 3 different ways of multiplying two binomials. You can distribute, double distribute, which is called FOIL, or you can use the two-digit multiplication pattern. Let's take a look at example 5. It says a patio is in the shape of a triangle shown being built. The dimensions are in feet. The area A of a triangle is 1/2 h times the height h times the base b. Write the expression for the area of the patio. So let's write the formulas. So area equals 1/2 h times b. Well, I'm going to say 1/2 h is 6x plus 4 times b, which is x minus 7. What we're going to do here is we're going to distribute that 1/2 inside the parentheses first. Notice I stop at the first parenthesis because when you multiply 3 numbers, like if you take 2, well, let's get the right color here. If I take 2 color, there we go. If I take 2 times 3 times 4, I don't take 2 times 3 and 2 times 4. I take 2 times 3, find that answer, and multiply by 4. So we're going to do the same thing here. Half of 6 is 3x. Half of 4 is 2. Then I'm going to do x minus 7. So double distribute. You notice I don't like to use the word FOIL because that sounds too much like magic. We're going to mathematically we're distributing. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 7 is negative 21x. 2 times x is positive 2x. I guess I should draw my arrow there for you so you can see what we're doing. And 2 times 7 is negative 14. So we get 3x squared minus 19x minus 14. Change that 3 so it looks right. Since we're doing an application, that's going to be square feet because we're multiplying feet times feet. So that area is 3x squared. I probably should say I had area for all of these because that's what we're finding.